about biomes. So today's class we'll be talking about the biomes. So as we all know, bio is from the word living thing. So this aspect is talking about the environment of living organisms, how they have been characterized in such environments. So today we'll be looking at what's the definition of the biomes. So biomes refers to a large natural terrestrial environment which is characterized by specific vegetation. Let me repeat again. Biomes refers to a large natural terrestrial
Sorry,
environment.
sorry. Hello, guys. Can you hear me very well? Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, it's a bit better.
Okay. I said biomes refers to a large terrestrial environment that is characterized by specific vegetation. Now, for every biological environment, they have a specific environment. For example, you can't expect a lion to live in water, not possible. You can't expect you can't expect frogs to live in desert. It's not possible. So this is what Biomes is trying to make us understand, that different organisms or different vegetation have a specific environment they are characterized to stay. For example, in the world of plants, you can't expect water lily to live in a desert environment. It's not possible. So this is what we understand there. So as we move on, there's some factors that determine the type of vegetation in a biome. That is the type of organism, type of living thing we can find in the biome. These factors refers to rainfall. That is how much or how less the rainfall is. We also have relative humidity, we have temperature, wind, and light. So these are the factors that determines the kind of vegetation that live in a certain biomes. Now let's move to local biomes. We have local biomes, we have international biomes, or we have world biomes. Now, local biomes refers to those kind of biological environments you can find in Nigeria. So local biomes is more of Nigeria, for example. Now, local biomes particular to Nigeria include we have mangrove swamp, tropical rainforest, savanna, which is subdivided into the northern savanna, northern Guinea savanna, and the southern Guinea savanna. So these are the local biomes we have here in Nigeria. Now the first one, a mangrove swamp. Now mangrove swamp are known to have broad leaves, evergreen broad leaf trees. The trees in mangrove swamp are known to be evergreen and many mangrove trees they have plants that are called nematophores. Now, nematophores are plants that have specialized breathing roots. So that's what nematophores means. Plants that have specialized breathing roots. This is what the meaning of nematophores. Now, in mangrove swamp, they usually have annual rainfall of about 25 centimeter and temperature of about 26 degrees Celsius. How can we find mangrove swamp in Nigeria? We can find mangrove swamp in Nigeria in Delta State, Lagos State, River State, Cross River, etc. Now, the picture here shows a typical mangrove swamp biome. You can see the trees are growing on a brackish water. So that is that about mangrove swamp. Now let's talk about tropical rainforest. Now, tropical rainforests have the following characteristics. They consist of broadleaf trees that are mostly evergreen. And the forest is rich in epiphytes and wood climbers. So epiphytes are trees that or plants that grows on another plant. This is what epiphytes means. They are plants that grows on another plant. And also have wood climbers. Now also have more characteristics of tropical rainforests like the annual rainfall and temperature at 227 degrees Celsius. I used to tell us that mangrove swamp have more rainfall than the tropical rainforest. There's more rainfall in mangrove swamp than tropical rainforest. Now, and there's just slight difference between mangrove swamp and tropical rainforest. For example, now where can we find tropical rainforest in Nigeria? We can also find tropical rainforest in Lagos State, just as we can find mangrove swamp in Lagos State. So tropical rainforest can also be found in Edo State, Ondo State, Imo State, Rivers, etc. And this is a typical example of a tropical rainforest. You can see how tall the trees are. So this is a tropical rainforest. Now, savanna. Savanna is divided into three. We have the Southern Guinea savanna, the Northern Guinea savanna, and the Sahel savanna. Now, Southern, the Southern Guinea savanna is the largest of all the biomes in Nigeria. That is, we have to count all the biomes in Nigeria, the mangrove, the tropical rainforest, everything. The Southern Guinea savanna is the largest, is the biggest. So it is known to have tall grasses. They don't have trees like that, tall grasses. But the trees there are scattered and deciduous. They are scattered and deciduous. When we say a tree is deciduous, that means those trees are able to shed their leaves. There are trees that shed their leaves. These are trees that are known as deciduous trees. Now, this kind can be found in different states in the country. In Nigeria, we have Kwara State. You can find savanna in Kwara State, Oyo State, Ekiti State, and etc. Now, what about Northern Guinea savanna? Northern Guinea savanna has scattered deciduous trees. The trees here are deciduous also and also scattered. Now, the trees in Northern Guinea savanna have thorns and thick barks. The grasses are short and are very, very much. That is Northern Guinea savanna. So we can find this in places like Plateau State, Kaduna, Bauchi, Niger, Kano, Adamawa State, etc. Now you can realize that the difference between Southern and Northern Guinea savanna is not that much. It's just that Southern Guinea savanna, they have tall grasses, while in Northern Guinea savanna, they have short grasses. This is the main difference between the Southern Guinea savanna and the Northern Guinea savanna. Now, what about Sahel savanna? Sahel savanna has high temperature and low rainfall. The temperature for Sahel savanna are very, very high. Temperature is very low. Rainfall is very low. Now, this is common to all environments. When an environment is having a high rainfall, the temperature will be low. And when an environment is having a very low rainfall, temperature will be high. This will tell us that the rainfall and temperature are usually vice versa. They go in opposite direction for every environment. Now, where can we find Sahel savanna? We have places like Borno, Katsina, Sokoto, Yobe, Kano, Jigawa. So these are states where we can find Sahel savanna. Now, you can see this picture here. This picture talks about a Sahel savanna. You can see how it looks. Now let's talk about world biomes. Now, biomes we can find in the entire world. We have the tropical rainforest, the grassland, desert, shrub, Afro alpine, and swamp. And let me take it one by one. For the grassland is go with the two, or the tropical grassland and the temperature, and the temperate grassland. Now, the tropical grassland, we have tall grasses there that are fibrous when old. The trees are deciduous. Don't forget, I said deciduous means trees that are able to shed their leaves. And the annual rainfall for tropical grassland is about 600 to 1,500 millimeter. Now, where can we find tropical grassland in the whole world? We have places like Central America, West Africa, Northern Australia, Southeast Asia, and the interior of Brazil. These are places where we can find tropical grassland. What about temperate grassland? As the name implies, temperate grassland, it will tell you that the grassland there will high temperature in temperate grassland than in tropical grassland. Now the grasses tend to have uniform height or a bit short. The trees are scarce. It has average rainfall of about 508 millimeter. While the location for tropical grassland is North America, South America, South Africa. Desert. We all are familiar with the name desert. We all know that a desert is a place where there is little or no rainfall. Now, what are the characteristics that are particular to desert places? The vegetation is scanty. When we say vegetation is scanty, that means that the plants in such area are very, very little. And it's very rare to see plants. If you see plants in one place now, you have to walk miles where you can see plants again in the desert environment. So the vegetation in desert environment are scanty, and the most plants are xerophyte. So the plants we can find in desert area are xerophyte. Oh, what is the meaning of the xerophyte? Xerophytes are plants that have the capability to live in area where there is no water. These are what we refer to as xerophytes. Xerophytes are plants that can live without little or can live with little or no water. Example of xerophyte, we have the cactus plant. The cactus plant is a typical example of xerophyte. Now, annual rainfall in desert places is 20 to 50 millimeter. Now, where can we find desert in the world? We have the Sahara Desert, Arabian Desert, North Africa, etc. Now, what is shrub? A shrub is just more of a a place that is not so far from a desert, but it's not a desert. There are more plants in shrub than desert. Now, shrub are areas where the rainfall is very low. Rainfall is very low. It has drought resistant shrubs, and it has low thorny trees. These are what shrub are. Now, where can we find shrub in the world? You can find shrub in northeastern Brazil and Australia. Now, another part for the world biomes, we have the Afro-Alpine. Vegetation decreases with height of the mountain as the mountain now Afro-Alpine actually refers to places that are mountainous. That is, places that have mountains. These are what we refer to as Afro-Alpine. Now, what are the characteristics of such places? As you go high the mountain, so as vegetation decreases. That is, if you are moving up of the mountain, the number of plants you see decreases. That's the meaning of that. Now, every rainfall is experienced on the windward side of the mountain, while lesser rainfall is experienced on the leeward side. So, for every mountain, we have the windward side and the leeward side. And the windward side is that side that experiences much wind, much breeze. So for that side, there is more rainfall there. On the other side, there is a lesser rainfall. So where exactly can we find Cameroon? Can we find Alpha Alpine in the whole world? You can find such in the Cameroon mountain, the Kenya mountain, the Kilimanjaro, the Mountain Everest, etc. So we can find the Afro Alpine. Now the swamp. Swamps are generally found along the coast of the world. That's where you can find swamp. And you know how swampy area is now. A swamp, as the name implies, are places where we can find water. So these are what swamp are. So swamp, we have a swampy area are characterized. They are characterized with heavy rainfall. There will be heavy rainfall in swampy humidity very high, and the plants that dominate in such area are the white mangrove, raffia palm. These are plants that is found in swampy areas. So these are major we have. And don't forget, rise is a terrestrial area at the rise by precipitation. Now, with all what we've discussed, I believe we've understand what BAM is. Now, this. So, is there any question pertaining to BAMs? Is there any question pertaining to BAMs?
No.
Okay.
Are you done with the class?
So, yes, I'm done with the class.
Okay. Thank you.